Hi, good
Hi.
evening. What were you eating, Tom?
Um, Doritos.
Nice.
We do
Well,
not
welcome.
have any sponsorship by Doritos, I promise.
Oh, yes, no sponsorships here. Well, welcome everyone to our Monday night rewatch here at we are Dragon Mount. I am Crystal, and that guy over there is Tom, the lovely Tom,
Um,
and Momo. I always
yeah,
have to point out, I still covet your Momo.
yeah. And then there's Reginald, my octopus, and
Cute.
and Felt Me is back there.
And of course, the severed head of Appa in the
Oh yeah,
background with Stitch.
I do feel a little bit bad about that, but it is what it is.
It's still very cute. I tried to
Let's.
get my son's little stuffed Appa that I had ordered away from him to have for the show, and he would not let me have it.
He won't let you
It was
snuggle it for the show.
nope, it's not mine.
So how was your week?
My life's a little chaos. We were packing and moving, and so I feel like everything is in boxes. Um, but my bookshelves are very organized because I went from 9 bookshelves in my house to 2. And it
Damn.
was very stressful because you got to make it look less lived in to sell your house. And so
Yeah.
now everything on my shelves are the things I love. Like all my Wheel of Time is very organized, which had not happened. I found like 4 Wheel of Time books on other bookcases. So stressful but good. I'm happy to be back here with y'all tonight.
Yay. I we had not really too much, but we had we had our cats. We had a mobile vet come, which ended up being cheaper than, well, not cheaper. It was like the same price as the regular vet for like their yearly
Hmm.
checkups. And we actually ended up that they everyone was good. It was the first time they saw our cats though. So like she was the vet was like, this cat's 18 years old, and I was like, yes he
Yep.
is. And she was like, wow, he's in really good shape and he's really healthy. And then, but we haven't given them baths in a while, and we usually give the cats baths like every now and then. And she was like, they could use a bath, or they're a little dandruffy. So we bathed them today, all 3 of them. And
I am
there was no
somehow like
injuries.
I am somehow missing. I was a cat owner for 17 years before she passed away in COVID, and she never had a bath. She would come sit in
Really?
the back of the shower sometimes, but no, she would have clawed my eyes out. She was like 7.5 pounds, but man, she was spicy. I
Hmm.
tried once when she got into my makeup. She was like a tortoise shell, and she got into my makeup and turned like pink. And I tried, and she was very mad. I had to just like wipe her with a cloth.
That's funny. No, yeah, we've always given our cats baths, and we whatchamacall, trim their nails and clean their ears and shit, and they never given us any issues. Yeah, that's true. We always
Yeah.
bring them in after. What's up, Noman Garden? We always draw the water first, and the first time we did it was actually an accident. Like we had like one of those showers that's like a shower stall, and like the cat wandered in like when we were walking in, and we were like, okay. And then
Okay,
they just sat
cool.
there, and we showered them and dried them off, and then it was Luna actually was the first one, the old guy, and that was the end of that.
Maybe I'll start when they're kittens. I've told my husband when we get our new house, kitties are the first thing to
Oh
rejoin
yeah,
us. Yeah, my cat would
definitely
sit
warm.
between like the 2 curtains, like the shower curtain. She would sit between the clear one and like the pretty one, and sometimes wander along the back of the tub, but that was about it.
Oh, and baby shampoo. That's what we use, because the cat shampoo like has like scents and stuff in it and can irritate their skin. Every vet that we've ever been to that we've talked about bathing the cats with, they were like, baby shampoo. That's what you want to use, because it has like, you could get it in, they could lick it off them and they won't get sick. It can get in their eyes and their ears, as long as it's not like a lot. It won't. They'll be fine. So that's what we always used. Speaking of baby shampoo, though, that we have a special guest tonight. It's someone that's near and dear to my heart, as like a baby would be. So let's see who that is real quick. Look, here comes an awesome guest. Yay! Hi. Oh, wait. I practice this. Hold on.
Aw.
Yay. I said hello, my child, in ASL, by the way.
That's
because
so
I've talked about this a couple of times on the show that I stood in as someone's mom for their first sister ceremony. It was Ris. I stood in as your mom for the first sister ceremony.
That's my mom.
Yeah. But let's introduce you first. Let's do that properly this time. Welcome. Ris, do you have a pen name? I don't even. Is it just Harp at Ris Harp? Like, because I have your awesome like brand image that you use.
Just
love
so
it.
Cool.
Yeah, and I love how, like, did you design this?
I did. Yeah, I designed and created it in Procreate, actually.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. I mean, like, it looks great. Like, I love the way, like, it's like the negative space in the letters too to get the lettering in ASL. It looks really cool.
Thank you.
And the colors are great, as per usual. And then you do other art too. I have your picture is way back there. You can't really see it right now, but I keep it on that little thing behind me. But hold on, I have a bigger version of it right here. Yay! I really liked that one. I'm a sucker for cephalopods. So obviously Reginald here is, but yeah, no, I love most of the art in my house is from like JordanCon friends, essentially, that have done art at JordanCon. Like, well, I got to know a lot of people, a lot of artists at JordanCon. It's not just all my friends that I bought art from, but most of them are from JordanCon, and that is where I got your art too.
This is weird.
Why? Because we're fawning over your art.
Yeah, I want to hide.
I know how that feels.
Not allowed.
All right, well, stop fawning over your art for a second, and we'll just talk about how you're going to be a guest at JordanCon as well.
Yeah, first time guest at JordanCon this year.
But you've had stories in the what's it called, anthology before.
These two.
Ooh.
Yep.
That was Annie and Justin, right? Did the one with the sheeps on the front, I think. The art.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember the other one. I don't remember who did the other one.
Oh my God, I totally knew his name 5 seconds ago. Omar,
right from last year. Omar.
Yep.
Shit.
Rion,
yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's still on the JordanCon website. He was the artist guest of honor last year at JordanCon. I remember Wesley Chu because I met him and talked to him a bunch. I usually dealt with the authors more. I mean, I wasn't working as guest services last year, but I met him because he's a Tor author, and Tor is our sponsor. So I went and hung out with Jason was actually there last year, Jason Denzel, and Wesley and R.R. Verdi, who's another great author, Tor author. So yeah, that was fun.
Yep, and I'm in this year as well.
You put a story in this year too?
Yep.
And they usually have like a theme for the anthology. Is there a theme for this year?
Yeah, it was like people who do cool stuff. What's the swearing policy?
Swear as much as you want.
Oh, as much as you fucking want, you.
Yeah, because I can't stop myself from fucking swearing. So
cool.
I sweat like Uno when I have to not swear. It's hard to do on panels at JordanCon, so I don't try to do it now.
Yeah, so it's like people who have specific skills, I guess, and do cool shit.
Okay.
I wrote the most boring story I could think of about an actor doing warm-ups, getting ready for a role.
Okay.
And for some reason, they thought it was good enough for this anthology. So
I mean, okay. I've seen your writing before, and I enjoy it, so I'm sure it was good. You take as my child, you take compliments about exactly as good as I do, and it's not it's not at all zero at all.
Hereditary.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I want to look at one more piece of your art real quick because I want you to tell me what it is depicting. What do we got here?
Yeah, so that's for the Mistborn fans. That is Kelsier. Kelsier for the plebes.
Yeah.
Like me.
Plebes.
I will never pronounce it in the French fashion because it's not fucking French.
That's fair.
It's made up. And any Frenchman will tell you the same. L'Académie Française did not dictate this man's name. Therefore, it is not French. He's saying hope in American Sign Language.
Okay. That's cool. And full disclosure, the reason why we're talking about sign language a bunch and why I rehearsed my thing, I did it for like I've been trying to do like, I forgot what it's called, like Handy Talk or something. It's an app on the phone to try to learn sign language because I've always wanted to learn it. I knew it better when I was younger. I could do like the alphabet pretty much now. Again, I had that when I was younger, but like I barely know English, so trying to learn another language, it's such a good thing to know. Like,
You know what? I don't know if we didn't talk about this before, but I'm a sped teacher, and so I use it every single day. Like with all of my students universally, even my students that come in not knowing, like there's just certain signs that we use like all the time. All done, stop, play. It's so helpful. Like I see the adults doing it with other adults or just other ways to communicate. I wish I was better. I need to take more classes. I have like maybe 10 or 15 signs in the alphabet and that's it.
but Ris, you're hard of hearing is why you know sign language, obviously.
Yeah, I've been signing since I was like 12.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And that was something that I immediately thought of you when we decided to be able to do Avatar. Oh yeah, it was the same showrunners actually who did Dragon Prince, and there is a character who uses ASL.
Oh my Lanta, I have wanted to do a cosplay of General Amaya since General Amaya has existed. I even had the same haircut at one point. I was like, this is ridiculous.
You should do it. I've seen your other costumes, and you've done pretty awesome costumes before.
Listen, the problem is that I'm very lazy.
That is entirely fair. I've been saying for when did what's the book called? Fucking A Memory of Light. Whenever A Memory of Light came out, I've been saying since then that I need to do like a Bayard, my character from the book cosplay.
Yeah.
I haven't done it. I sent Maria like a message like what would what would he be wearing? Like, can you give me like an idea of like that? Or do you have any information on that, on the other information that isn't available in the book that's on the Lord that he's the whatever of? And she sent me an email like immediately, and that was like 3 years ago, and I still haven't done a cosplay for it. Yeah, no, I get it.
It's too much work. And then I'll put the costume on and I'll spend about 5 minutes in it. And then I go, like, this is so restrictive. I need freedom. And it will come off one piece at a time until I'm, as you, Tom, are well aware, am mostly naked on a dance floor somewhere.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was obviously a lot of the people that are here watching now are huge Wheel of Time fans. The really short version of why we continue doing this and with other TV shows was we did it with the Wheel of Time show where it was like, let's rewatch Wheel of Time, which is why it's called Rewatch.
Clever.
Arosa, hello, Arosa. That is one of our friends from New York, and then yay, Erin is here too.
Hi.
And then when we finished the first season of Wheel of Time, it was just before season 2 had come out. Someone was like, "Hey, this was so much fun. I don't have a lot of nerd friends to watch TV shows with, so this was like sitting on a couch with my friends." And I was like, "Well, looks like I have to keep doing this forever now."
Yep.
So we were just like, let's do other shows. There's lots of crossover with other, shit that we like. We're nerds, so we've done a bunch of shows, and now we're on Avatar because it's like literally if you made me choose between Avatar and Wheel of Time, I would have a tough time. Literally,
I would pick Avatar immediately.
The only reason why it would give me like a second is because Wheel of Time has been such a huge part of my life for so fucking long.
Wait, are we talking book Wheel of Time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Then it would be tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like it would, but I would take a second. It would take me a sec because I really, really, really love Avatar like a lot. Fandai? I don't know. I like Fandai, but it sounds too much like Bandai, and I don't want to get copywritten again from YouTube.
Oh God.
What's wrong with an S?
Fandoms. Yeah, why not? But anyway, yeah. So Wheel of Time fans that are probably here as well watching us. So you did the first sister ceremony, and so like what? Obviously, you wanted to bond with this person who you did the first sister ceremony with, but like, what was it like? Actually doing it, and was it like anything that you've done before? Have you ever been smacked in the face as hard as someone could before, and what was that like?
Well, I've been hit. I come from that generation where getting hit was like the done thing.
Yeah.
So like it wasn't the first time. Definitely won't be the last time.
Not with your mouth. No, I'm just joking.
You're not wrong.
I know. It was only partially a joke.
Not a joke at all. I'm we have like, it's like a Deadpool. We have like, when is Ris gonna get slapped next? There's money to be won on this.
And a non-consensual slap.
They're all consensual.
It's fair. Because you deserve it. Is that why?
Yeah, basically I'm a problem. It was weird because I didn't think she could hit that hard. She's demure. She's calm. She's everything opposite to me. And I mean, my ears ring all the time, so it's not like super weird, but like it cranked up to 11 when she hit me. I was like, oh damn.
Okay.
Maybe don't mess with her. But it was weird, and I don't know, I take it super seriously, and like when I meet people, I tell them that I have 2 brothers and a sister, and I mean, only one of those siblings is actually from the same parents in any way. I mean, DNA wise.
Fair.
So yeah, it was a like really serious thing that I didn't put all that much thought into. It was like going to Vegas and eloping, but at the same time, like absolutely knowing 100% that like this is one of my forever people, and I would let her hit me a million times again. In fact, I wish she could. I wish that like part of the ceremony wasn't, now you can never hit this person ever again, because sometimes I need to be smacked. And thankfully she's one of those people that knows how to like smack me metaphorically in a way that somehow hurts even more, to like pull me out of those death spirals and funks and whatever.
That's good. You always need somebody like that in your corner, and that's good. Yeah, I was honored to be asked to do that, and I also take it seriously, which is why I always refer to you as my child.
Thank you.
It took me a minute
Thanks, Mom.
to dissect like the gender from the child thing, and only because my Lizdexia likes to hand me the wrong thing to say whenever I say anything. So that works, but I'm pretty good at it now. But you've been a fan of Wheel of Time for a long time. Like you've been a part of Tarvalon.net since I've been there probably before me, right?
2004, 2005.
Yeah, before me. Yeah, I think I joined in 2007. So yeah, been like Wheel of Time has been part of our lives for like 20 plus years.
I have a sneaky Wheel of Time tattoo.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nobody
fox
gets
is going on me is one of my next tattoos. I have it saved. I haven't gotten a tattoo yet, but I have it saved. It's going into my next tattoo. I have a full plan for it.
Yeah.
Nobody knows a drunken promise I made to you at JordanCon, I promise. Speaking of drunken promises at JordanCon, I have one more picture I want to share because we do have a weird relationship, I guess, my child and I, and this was from last year's JordanCon. I cosplayed as a Damane Accepted. That's my accepted dress, by the way, that I was wearing.
Beautiful. And I was John Wick.
John Wick could be a Suldam, I think.
Oh, for sure. If he had the time. That's
true.
But he doesn't. He's busy seeking revenge for his little puppy. But I often wonder, why do I go to JordanCon with these ridiculous cosplays that like have nothing to do with a book? Like John Wick has never read a book. He's illiterate, 100%. Why?
He learned everything he needs to know from Russian assassins. So
whatever.
Because it's hilarious. That's probably a good reason. Wow, my brain shut off there for a second. Sorry. So yeah, we're gonna watch Avatar. I've been wanting to have like my plan for this thing is to always have like a new guest every week, so like we can spread the love around to everybody. So I have a link in the YouTube video for this, but I'll share in a minute a link to your things as well. So, obviously go follow Ris on all of the stuff. The links are in the description on YouTube here. If you're watching on another place, go check our YouTube. Because I'm lazy right now. I am going to just pop the camera off for a sec so I could reposition my timestamp for you guys to follow along. And that should give everybody enough time to queue up the Avatar episode and to get ready to watch along with us. We're going to be watching the first episode. I believe it's episodes 9 and 10. So the first one is Bitter Work, I think, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So we're going to be watching episode 9, book 2, Bitter Work. But while I'm gone for a minute, Crystal, you want to tell them about our fun thing that we're going to be starting at JordanCon?
Sure. I thought we were going to talk about it after. I'm excited. So you guys know we've been talking for a while about an online book club. So specifically a Wheel of Time book club, because where I live in the middle of the country, there's like no one to talk Wheel of Time with, even though I've given every Wheel of Time book that I have like away to people. Like I have no more copies of The Eye of the World except for my original. But anyway, Tom and I have finally formulated a plan. We've gotten our neurospicy brains together, and when we go to JordanCon, we're going to debut our first book club. And because we're still kind of working out where we want to start, we're going to start with a new spring, which I know doesn't mean we're going to go all the way through the series. But yeah, I think it's going to be really exciting.
Controversial.
I know. Well, we had some other spicy ideas of where to start. We were going to start at the end and go backwards, because I feel like for me, I've been reading the books for 20 years. I have read the first 5 or 6 books. I can't even tell you how many times. And then after book 6, it's all just one big book because I haven't read those as often. So I don't know. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. We're hoping we're going to film it there, right?
Yes, we'll probably just go live from the con. Yeah, as long as the internet is good, we'll try. If not, we'll just record it.
Do I need to reread A New Spring before JordanCon?
So just the first half. We're going to do chapters 1 through 12.
Yes.
1 through 12 is what I have written down. We're going to do chapters 1 through 12. So I don't know.
It's going to be kind of formulated like a book club-ish, because usually in a book club, you're reading the book for like the first time. but obviously we're not doing that. So
No.
for at least this one for now, maybe we'll continue doing like a book club and we'll read new books. But we're going to start
We
off
want to
with
be
Wheel of
very,
Time.
very
What?
spoilery. This is not
Oh yeah,
a
super
first
spoiler.
time reader. There's lots of first time reader things out there for Wheel of Time. This is not that. Like
Yeah.
we will definitely be spoiling all of the books.
Yeah.
I love it.
So yeah, just the first 12 chapters of New Spring, and we'll chat about it, thoughts, feelings, things that they might have missed or set up or not set up or could have done or didn't do or whatever. We'll just pretty much just talk about it.
Aaron, I love your brain. Ah.
Whoops, sorry.
So it happens when Tom and I both hit buttons.
Yeah,
I think that's
should just
genius.
Just yell at me when I do it. You're the one that's supposed to just slap me when I do it.
I love that because, like I said last week, I'm listening to the audiobooks for the first time. I've never listened to the audiobooks before, and it has changed my life. I bet hearing from people in other languages would too.
I wonder if I know Kalyani. So for those who have read Brandon's stuff, Kalyani is yes, it is just basically when people that are normies, I guess is the best way to put it. Like when they ask what it's about, I usually say it's just like basically a big book club, like a big book club. That's basically what it is.
A book club full of
spoilers. At least we have someone that'll be interested in it. The Mundanes, that's a good one. But yeah, no. So the where was I talking? What were we talking about again? The book, right? Oh yeah, Kalyani. So she has. I think she's read it in Hindi.
Oh wow.
I think there's a Hindi version, so maybe she would be a good one to talk about. So if you've read Brandon's book, short story, which is like hundreds of pages long, Legion. Kalyani actually appears in that. She's as just herself, not a character based on her. It's just her. The guy Legion, real short. He has multiple personality disorder, but like when he manifests new personalities, they're entire people with specific skills that he needs at the time, and that's like his superpower. So he needs to learn Pakistani real quick. So like he's reading a Pakistani dictionary, just like thumbing through it. And then in walks another manifestation of his brain. And it's this woman and her name is Kalyani. And she sits next to him. And it's that entire character is basically our friend Kalyani, who also knows Brandon. She's also an artist. She'll also be at JordanCon. If you've ever done henna at JordanCon, I had henna drawn on you at JordanCon. That was by Kalyani. But she did read it in India when she was in India. That's where she discovered Wheel of Time and Brandon's books. But I'm not sure if she read them in English or not. So I'd have to ask her. But she's the only one that I know that has read international versions of any of the tour books.
Maybe we should put that out before the con. Like we should throw that on the social media and just see. Yeah.
Well,
also, this is going in my lexicon now. It's going to be neuroblands. Everybody here is neurobland. All right.
I love it. If anyone here knows anyone who's read any international versions of the books, like, and wants to like talk about it, if they want to talk about it, or if you have read one, just message us on any of the social medias and we'll figure something out.
I have the French version of Elantris that I've not been able to finish Elantris in any language.
Really? I liked it.
It's all right.
I've had trouble with Stormlight Archive. I'm gonna be 100% serious.
But I got Brandon to sign it, and I told him to write anything that he could remember in French, and he wrote, "How much is that doggy in the window?" in French in the front of my book.
That's funny. I wonder if that's just all he knows how to say in French.
I think it might have been definitely at the time. So
that's hilarious. I'm looking through my I have like a big folder of just Wheel of Time nonsense that I've had for like, it's been on like 5 different external hard drives over the years. And I have book cover art from like a bunch of the old from first of all old book covers, but also foreign book covers as well. I'm looking for it. Wheel of Time. Yeah, there we go. book covers, alternative French book covers, and Japanese book covers. So the French book covers, some of them are nice and some of them are pretty ugly looking. Like all of these are nice, actually. Let me just put all of these up. And then some of them are just like, if I saw this book on the shelf, I wouldn't read it. Yeah, these are them. Like this one, I would be like, what is this book? So some of them are nice, and I think these are the newer ones. So like this is, so one. I have yeah, and then I'm not sure. It's the 7-spoked wheel, so I guess that's like the Wheel of Time. That dragon looks pretty sick, though. That's a pretty cool version of the dragon. I've never seen that one.
The wheel is weird.
It is weird. It looks like the Krull from that movie Krull. I don't know if you've ever seen that. The guy has like a weird weapon that looks exactly like that. It's a weird, crazy fantasy movie from like the 80s.
Le Carte de l'Univers. What is that?
I don't know. Maybe there's so this one is, what's this one? Do you know what that says?
I mean, yes, but it like, what is it? The universal, the cart of the universe, the card of the universe. What is the map of the universe? What
map?
What does it mean? Somebody French me.
I don't know.
Is that the fire?
I think they might have broken the book one up into 2 pieces for this one. But then so these cover arts are nice. So I'm just going to go through a couple of them real quick. They're very similar art design. That's a Trolloc helmet, looks really cool. But then there's these. I'm like, I don't think I would pick that book up.
That looks,
I mean,
very bad.
Yeah, very bad. Yeah. I don't think I would pick that book up. That's Eye of the World, by the way.
Oh.
I don't know what that is even supposed to be. Like, I'm not even sure what's happening.
My favorite part is the wiener dog on the shield. The wiener dog throwing up its dinner on the shield.
That is exactly what that looks like. That is not a dragon. I don't care what they want to say to me. There's no way that's a dragon at all. But yeah, so I got a lot of weird nonsense on this drive. So then they also, something I didn't know they did was manga in Japan. Like the books, but as manga. And I did not know they did that. And there's a bunch of interesting Japanese cover art that is totally very anime.
Who is that?
I have no idea.
Is that Rand?
I'm guessing it's Rand because like he's in,
because he's in red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I didn't label the files when I downloaded them. So this is literally just labeled 11-5. I have no idea what I was doing.
Robot Jordan. That's the only part.
So anyway, there's a lot of really interesting cover art, and it was been printed all over the world because it was a really famous book in the fantasy world. And a really cool thing that I got to see was when we went to. Did you go to his house at 10th Annie for Tarvalon.net? No? Okay. We got to go to the house. We got to go to Robert Jordan's house. And in his library, he had like one section. Well, it wasn't his full library. It was like his reading study or whatever, because their house is ridiculous. One full section was just the Wheel of Time books, but all the different printings of it. So like, the French covers, the Japanese covers, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that's cool.
Universal Rex. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I've seen her.
Sorry,
wow. I'm gonna stop. I promise. It's all you now. I'm never gonna click another thing again. No, don't apologize. I keep saying that you're gonna do it, and I'm not gonna click it on anymore, and then I keep doing it.
Well, we'd stop clicking on the same thing.
I love Lesbian Nerdy. We'll definitely check out her stuff. All right, I think that's enough tangents for now, though. So we did like 20 minutes of Wheel of Time tangents. So let's watch this episode. I'm gonna press play in a second here, and you should see the time pop up in that black square in the corner in a second, so people could follow along. And we're not gonna skip the recaps or anything like that. So just let the episodes play through, And if you get a commercial, sucks to be you. just catch back up. Or get good and get the version of Netflix that doesn't have commercials. No, I'm also joking. They shouldn't do that. I think they're getting sued for doing that because, like, originally, you know, they said they were never going to do that, and people signed up thinking that they were never going to need to do that. So I think they're getting sued for that, which is nice. The cart one is literally a book of maps, unique to French editions. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's good to know because I was really confused. I was like trying to figure out what title that book is, trying to translate in my head which one of the 97 Wheel of Time books is about maps.
None of them. Yeah, Amazon is also getting sued. They're getting a class action lawsuit against them for the Prime for instituting commercials, because when you sign the contract for Prime, because it's a year-long contract, it's not like a monthly subscription. It was never like you're changing a contract, essentially. They never said they were going to have commercials. It was commercial free. So some guy is launching a class action against them, which I fully support. I mean, I don't know. I don't care. If Amazon gets mad at me, I don't care.
It's annoying.
As long as they still call me to host the premiere in LA again, I don't care. And I don't know, Ris, have you watched the live action yet of this? Of Avatar?
I just finished it yesterday.
Okay. Without spoiling anything, overall thoughts.
Casting, perfect. I've never seen a more Sokka person than the guy they got for Sokka.
Yeah, I agree.
Incredible
He grew. He got every episode that I've only seen like 4 episodes, and he's gotten better every single episode. Like I'm like, oh, that's totally a Sokka thing. That he does it really well.
Yeah, they all do it really well. I'm interested to see how they're going to handle Toph.
Me too. I was kind of hoping they would make, like, as a joke, they would release a image of like a huge buff guy as Toph. Crystal doesn't know about that yet, so I won't spoil it. But there's a joke that happens later, and it's really funny. But the reason I brought it up was because Aang was hopping around and being Aang, and I feel like the kid that plays Aang was just a little too, so far at least, just a little too serious and a little too, I don't know.
I don't think that's casting. I think that's writing.
No, yeah, writing and directing. I don't think it has anything to do with casting. Like, I think he's a great cast. And I've seen interviews with him, and like his normal persona, like his normal demeanor is Aang. Like, he's very bubbly and happy and talks fast. And then all of a sudden you see him as Aang and he's talking all slow and serious, and like he's not making many jokes. And that's all the directing and the writing.
Can I just take a moment to like...
It hasn't happened yet, and Crystal hasn't seen all of season 2, so we're not going to spoil it, but I feel it in my heart right now.
Yeah. I will.
You'll see. We'll cry on my birthday. And Ris will be there for that episode too. If they still want to come.
Yeah, after this experience, I might not want to.
Iroh is one of my favorite characters.
We all need an Iroh in our lives.
It's really true. Where is my... Oh, it's over there. You won't be able to see it.
I'm still
Aaron
looking
drew me a
for
picture of Iroh in that scene, actually, in front of the tree.
Oh, God. My only casting qualm.
No, she's crazy. Sorry.
I have 2 casting qualms, in that it may not be a casting thing. It may still be a writing thing, but Zuko is like too young, and Azula is way too fucking young.
I could see that. I don't like what they did with Zuko, where it's like he's talking about how he wants to be he's next in line for the throne to be the Fire Lord, instead of I'm seeking my honor. Like, because honor was obviously a stand-in for my father's approval, and like it's less so with I want to be recognized as next in line for the throne. So like I didn't like that change. I really love this. I want to see fucking John Cena in a Toph cosplay now so bad.
But listen, this is the opposite of Toph because we can't see him.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for that. That was great. Oh God. And there's obviously just things that they can't do in the show, like especially with earthbending, like having and things that just wouldn't look right, like the weird things that they do that are obviously cartoonish, like when they get all big and like do
yeah,
stuff like that.
I had one guy I was talking to like was really offended that when they went to Kyoshi Island, it like Aang didn't want to ride the dragonfish or whatever it was, and I was like, but you have the cartoon for that. If you want to watch Aang do that, like watch the cartoon.
It's the same thing we used to say to people with the Wheel of Time. It's not gone. It's right there.
Yeah, you can still read the books.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I could go on a tirade. I could like they're standing on earth-bending pyres right now. I could soapbox. I'm a soapbox bender about how people need to just accept remakes for what they are, and except for The Crow. That one I'm gonna judge.
Oh, the new Crow that's coming out.
Yeah, that one's gonna be.
It's gonna.
That one I'm gonna prove myself a hypocrite with that one.
The couple of things, the couple of gripes I have with it are only those few things. Is just Aang doesn't feel lighthearted enough, and the change of Zuko looking for trying to reclaim his honor versus I want to be the heir to the Fire Lord or whatever is just, I feel like it degrades his character for me a little bit. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I feel that too. Like, but also as far as Aang being more serious, like the whole thing is more serious.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm okay with that. I think.
Yeah, it doesn't feel out of place. It definitely doesn't feel out of place. And it's less like a critique and more of just like a personal gripe. But the thing with Zuko, I feel like, is actually like detrimental to his character. Like I think a big part of his character is when you realize he's really just seeking his father's approval and he has all this trauma, and less like I want to rule the Fire Nation. And that's kind of what it feels like now.
Yeah, I agree with that. I wonder, I would have liked to have been in the writer's room for like how they're going to condense 20 episodes into 8.
Yeah.
And well, like, I mean, only 20 minutes long. If our gripes are byproducts of how do they, and even in their 20 minutes, like we're still getting a lot of character.
Yeah.
In those 20 minutes that I feel like.
Let's do math real quick, which I'm very bad
at. How long are the live action episodes?
An hour. So like that's what I was about to do. So 23 minutes times 22 is 506 divided by 60 is 8 hours. It's literally about the length. It's 8.4 hours. So it's about the length of the Netflix series. And they've already cut out plenty of episodes.
That's really interesting.
This is the problem that I have specifically when they're adapting a show to a show. Like this isn't like you're adapting a book to a show. So it's a little bit different. Like it's already something that's in a visual medium. So like the fact that they have almost the exact same amount of runtime, like they don't need to cut a lot.
It makes me wonder why they decided they needed a live action. I mean, I know why. It's capitalism, but
yes. Yeah, I guess Rapunzel, like I guess it could be, that I feel like it's, and this might just be me, I just feel like felt more personal to Zuko when it was like, I'm seeking my honor instead of like, I want to be next in line for the Fire Nation. Like, because it was like, I'm seeking my honor was more like a personal thing for him from his father. I want my father to recognize that I have honor again. And I want to rule the Fire Nation. I want to be next in line for the Fire Nation can be taken in so many ways. Like, yes, in one way it could be like, yes, I want my father to recognize me as being, you know, able to rule the Fire Nation. But in a lot of ways it could also just be, I want to rule the Fire Nation because I want to be Fire Lord. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
You could play into it
and
too.
I'm fine with them stretching out adult scenes and stuff. And they've already cut a.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Tom's frozen.
He's super frozen.
Here. Take him off
The
for a
stream,
second while he.
the stream is also frozen. That we're
Oh
watching.
no.
Oh. Yikes.
Something
So
I
now
thought
that
was
Tom's
interesting.
gone.
I know. What do we really want to talk about?
Yeah.
Something I thought was interesting in the scene that just happened is Toph never really like stares. She never uses her eyes. Really, like she never looks at who she's addressing except for when she was really like laying into Aang in that last scene.
Yeah. I mean, I guess she doesn't have to, does she?
No. Look at this little. What is this little meat creature called? Because this thing is adorable.
The little. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I was thinking about that too. And if that doesn't make an appearance in the next season of the live action, I'm going to revolt.
Oh no.
Look how cute it is.
It is so cute. It looks like a hippo. I don't even know a hippo. Foo cuddly. Okay.
Haha. There we go. Sorry, my internet crapped out there for a second.
Welcome back.
That's not what you want.
We were discussing what the little tiny animal is
Still.
called.
Oh yeah. Okay. That was obviously like a boar cow thing, but I don't know what
They
the
had like
frog
little
was.
hippo teeth. It was very cute.
Yeah, it was.
Oh
very
yeah, he
cute.
was a hippo boar.
I love the animals in this show. How they're always some amalgamation of two or more animals.
It is one of. So I'm watching it, and then also watching it with my kids, and that's what both of my kids love too. Are like the animals, and then my son, who's only 2.5, is obsessed with Aang. We have a daily fight over my Aang action figure my husband bought me. I need to get him one. I got him an Appa.
I want an Appa so badly. My next cat is going to be named Appa.
It's a good name
for sure.
Aww.
Don't care what it looks like.
I think the frog squirrel. Okay, that's interesting.
Frog squirrel.
The other one was hippo cow or hippo boar. I'm pretty sure. I have to see it again.
Boar. It's very cute. No, I was talking about Toph getting in Aang's face. It was really interesting because Toph never like stares at anyone and was like in Aang's face.
I love the way they do that.
It was very intense, and just the juxtaposition between the two of them, where Aang is just very bubbly and happy, and Toph is incredibly intense.
I like the way they have her never really looking at anybody, like at anything, like, you know. I don't know what happened to my internet. It just crapped out completely.
Yeah, your stream just disappeared too. What's
happening? Stuttering freeze though.
Fixing that right now.
I also was going to mention that I love this version of Zuko right now, where he's like,
there we go, and the timer's fixed, and we're good.
Becoming a person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the transition Zuko, like the transition from when he's like, I want to, like the prince of the Fire Nation, to, you know, fully realized Master Bender Zuko. I don't like when he's long hair, kind of emo Zuko later. I mean, I like that too, but I like this better, this transition.
Zuko has always been my very favorite.
I was gonna say he might be one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Momo is my favorite.
Well, yeah.
That's the correct answer.
Momo is my favorite. But like out of the characters, Toph is my favorite. What'd you say?
Nothing. I was just watching her use his staff to crack the nuts, and was like, "Oh my
his
god!"
Staff, right? Yeah.
He's
well, take it from me. And now she was using it to like as a to see. I do want to get Airbender tattoos though, really bad.
Do it.
I want to really bad.
Like full body?
Full body from the middle of my back down all my limbs and on the top of my head.
Not on the top of your head.
No, not down onto my forehead, but like up here maybe, like
up there.
Like maybe like right here. Yeah, like
that would be amazing. Right, I think you need to do it.
Have it like in my hairline, so like if I were to grow my hair back out, which I'll probably never do.
Poor Nom.
You wouldn't see it.
It's like, what are they talking about?
Oh, sorry. Yes, we started watching. I said I was going to press play.
How did Sokka get stuck in the dirt?
He jumped out of a tree trying to attack the baby hippo cow.
Oh, okay.
Meat. Cute little meat creature.
Yeah, meat creature.
And Aang now has to earthbend to get him out.
I think it's interesting. Something that I noticed, I've watched the series at least twice, maybe, but I never noticed that it's 5 elements in their group. I always thought just Sokka was like a guy, but he's like totally the spirit element, and
he's love.
He's
heart.
It didn't occur to me.
What was his name? Mahdi, I think his name was in Captain Planet.
Oh, I don't know.
The Indian character, I forgot. I think it was Mahdi. Why I remember? If that's correct,
I have that stuck in my head.
I don't know how I remembered that.
Captain Planet, he's our hero.
Oh, if you've never, all right, completely off topic. If you've never seen the Don Cheadle, what was it?
It's a saber-toothed moose lion.
It's a saber-toothed moose lion. Okay.
It's very cute. I would like one.
I want it.
It's a moose. Never mind. 100% a moose lion.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Saber-toothed moose lion.
Yeah. You're absolutely correct, Noman Garden. I don't know why I doubted you for even a second.
Not so cute, full grown.
I would still let it kill me.
There would be poo everywhere if that was me. I think it would have forced me out of the crack. I don't know.
Wow.
Stomach is a source of energy in your body.
Every lesson he teaches Zuko, everything, like I love him so much.
I want
like a. No, you go.
That was another one of my qualms with the live action is like I needed more Iroh doing Iroh. He was a little too
He wasn't. I like what's his name. He was Mr. Kim in Kim's Convenience.
I haven't watched that yet.
I don't remember his name. I'll remember it in a second. He was in Mandalorian too, as like one of the X-Wing pilots. But I like him. He's just no one will ever be Mako. Like no one will ever be Iroh.
It's true.
And then I think the writing for him was also just not good. Like he wasn't Iroh enough.
He wasn't Iroh enough. He was tip of the ice.
I didn't see this, Marisu, before when you said it, but that is hilarious. Agenor made all the creatures in Avatar before he went bad. I like it. Those are all the versions. And then like he was trying to mix humans in, and they were like, nah, brah. And then he was like, nah, you know what? Dark World.
Look at the baby.
Saber-tooth lion moose.
See, no
I don't
problem.
know what that would taste like. I wonder what that would taste like.
Chicken.
Deer. Venison, maybe?
Venison, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I've never had moose. I've had venison.
I don't think I've had moose either. Is that legal? Can you even eat that?
Yeah.
Legally?
Yeah, you can hunt moose.
Really?
Yeah. Moose isn't like endangered or anything. Then you can hunt them.
I've always wanted to see one in person. I drove like from Vermont up to Canada and really thought I was going to see a moose, and I was very disappointed that I did not.
That's fair, yeah, because they're so like all the
I don't know.
What's gonna happen? It's just air. More air.
Am I back?
Mm-hmm. You're back.
Yay, I'm back. Okay, cool. I don't know what's happening. My internet is crapping out tonight. I have no idea.
It's my fault.
No, it's not. Well, unless it's just my internet can't handle your greatness. That might be what it is.
That's exactly it.
The predator meat or the predator meat will be like very strong and very not fatty, and the fatty part of the meat is really where all the flavor comes from. Sorry for anyone who's a vegan or vegetarian.
I thought of predator meat and my mind went to
the predator.
Yeah. Okay.
Me too.
What are you talking about right now?
Yeah, just in case you've ever had any predator, I mean, green blood, it'd probably taste interesting.
Gross.
They're humanoid though, so I think maybe not. I don't know. You can't have anything that can wear armor. I feel like you shouldn't eat anything that like has a society.
Don't eat things that has a society.
It's a good rule of thumb, I think.
So no ants. You can't eat any ants.
That's true, yeah. I mean, I don't want to eat ants. Gorillas eat ants, though.
I've had ants. Have you? Yeah.
I've had crickets.
There's a whole restaurant in New York that, I don't, it's maybe still there because it's so niche. La Hormiga, I think it was called, the ant in Spanish. And their like secret ingredient and everything is ants.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'd try it. You'd have to have like a lot of ants though, right? Because like they're tiny.
Yeah. The only thing that I had that had like noticeable ant in it was a margarita with ant on the rim.
And that's just for shit. There's no reason for that. That's just because they want to be funny. I've had crickets though. I've had like fried crickets, and I think that's the only bug I've eaten. Mm-hmm. I'll try anything. I don't give a shit.
The other day, just outside running.
I've definitely swallowed plenty of bugs. And that's
a short episode.
Yeah, it was only 22 minutes.
Did anybody even learn anything?
The beginning and end.
Zuko can't make
And now episode 10, which is the library. I love this.
Air.
I feel bad for Crystal for this episode though, because it ends on a bit
in harmony. And then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Only the Avatar.
So here's a change in the live action that I liked. I liked that they showed the Fire Nation attacking the Airbenders in the first episode. I like that they showed that.
That really set the tone for the whole thing, I think. Like, this isn't going to be the happy-go-lucky of the cartoon.
Especially because they showed what happens to people when they get hit with fire. Like, it wasn't like, no, that like they showed some people getting hit with fire.
Yeah.
So for people who don't remember sake, that little clip there that we just saw, which was a full shot of, where's my pictures? There it is. Was this. That's Admiral Zhao from the end of last season. That's him discovering that the moon and sea spirit have physical forms in this world. So.
The library.
Little callback. Yeah, like his little side quests for like just funsies are the thing that's missing in the show, I think.
Yeah, I don't miss him, to be honest.
I miss him a little bit. It makes him. I like seeing him as a child, but then also like when he like really realizes things and has to like learn hard lessons and like really adapt to things, but he still is at heart because he is a freaking child. Like I like the way that they married those two things together in the show.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I'm just now wondering who they made this, like who is their target audience for this live action remake? Was it us who watched it initially and now we're older and we want to like revisit it in a way that's less like that's more serious? Or is this for a new generation, in which case they are missing out on that? Like kids are not gonna maybe identify as much with Aang if he's too serious.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to know the marketing.
The only answer I have for you is something that I've harped on a lot, actually, which is there was an interview with the showrunner for the live action one, and he said that they were trying to appeal not only to the Avatar fans, but to, and this is a quote, the Game of Thrones fans.
Why?
I don't know.
It's not Game of Thrones at all. It's very Nickelodeon acting.
I think it was just the level of gore.
Which is still not much.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
librarians are foxy, but they're also mysterious. Like owls? I don't know. I don't know what owls are.
Wise.
Yeah, they're wise. That's it. There you go. Wise old owls. They know how many licks it takes to get to the center of things.
3. This is how I make dinner every night.
I've seen you do it. I have it. I was lying.
No, he wasn't.
Maybe.
New watchers who don't usually.
Oh, that's a good interpretation of GOT fans.
Yeah,
actually,
I like that.
It's really, that makes.
I hope
sense.
that's
because a large complaint that I heard from. I really feel so. No hate on my friend Zach. I doubt he's watching this. He's one of my, like, I've been friends with him since like 5th grade. He's one of my very longtime friends, and I think he would be the first person to agree with me on this. He's definitely like the person that you would conjure up in your head when you think of that type of fan. Like he doesn't read, and he really just watches Game of Thrones for like the fun fighting and sex scenes. And like he's a dude bro a little bit, but I love him. He's a great guy. That's what
definitely
what they mean.
Game of Thrones fans, there's not going to be sex in this show.
Yeah, I hope not.
Like,
at least
these are minors.
Too young. Yeah,
these people are minors. We're not doing that.
Don't even get me started on that. I don't think we've talked about it on this show yet, but like it's a great show. Like, so I've heard at least Euphoria on Max.
Not interested. Not
interested. I don't know who's trying. I don't know who they're trying, like their target audience is for that show, but there's like the people on the show are all adults, like the actors, but they're depicting children and there's lots of sex. And I'm like, who are you trying to appeal with this show?
Nope. Not interested.
Yeah. That's exactly my feeling on that as well.
Not even just for
it's won a lot of awards. And I like all the actors that are in it, but yeah, no thanks.
I'll never watch it. And it's not just the sex, it's like the drugs and all this stuff. I'm like, if I wanted to see young people being miserable, I would have stayed a teacher.
Is that accurate, Crystal?
Yeah, pretty much. It's a little better in elementary, but yeah.
Yeah, I taught high school, and it was not something I'll ever do again. I taught English as a foreign language, and then I taught French for a little bit.
Oh.
I have another friend from that lives down here in Florida. She's a French teacher also. High school, I think, too.
Yeah, oh, God. I'd rather be an actor. Oh, that's...
This episode gave me serious Indiana Jones thoughts. Like that guy really makes me think of Indiana Jones. Like, he's a little too silly for it, but he's got the hat, and I really feel like that's why they gave him that hat.
I don't remember this. Well, okay, so I remember some things. We'll come to it later, I'm sure.
Yeah. This is
a long time since
I don't remember how far they get into the name of the episode is The Library, so that's not really a spoiler. I don't remember how far they get into the library in this episode. Oh no, the sand ninja people definitely make me think Aiel. I mean, this dude here, the explorer guy, 100% makes me think Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, yeah. You know, if he had a little black scarf, though.
I mean, like, his face is even like a little grizzled. You know what I mean? Like, he's not smooth looking.
Can I just say, this is the best joke in the entire series.
It's so great. So great.
She literally did the John Cena thing. Fucking perfect. Yeah. I can't wait.
I love all of the subtle jokes that they drop like that with her being blind and them like forgetting.
They forget every time.
Yeah, it's so great. But like the last episode, they fell into a dark hole, and Sokka was like, it's so dark down here, I can't see a thing. And then Toph goes, oh no, what a horror. So great. And he's like, oh yeah, sorry, Toph. Oh, it's so great. It's so great. And like, it's such a great way to like show joking with somebody that has a disability without making them the punchline of the joke. Like you're punching down toward them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I think it's good to show. I think it shows really well that like there's fun to be had amongst friends.
Exactly.
In this kind of situation. Man, Toph is a badass.
I really hope they do Toph well.
I am so worried that it's a plague on the industry that we get able-bodied actors to play disabled roles. And I know people will be like, well, what does that mean? A straight person can't play a gay person? Does that mean a Jewish person can't play a Catholic person? And no, is a blind person gonna get cast in any other role other than a role specifically for a blind person? No, they're not. A blind person is probably not gonna play a sighted person. So maybe,
and then like
let the blind actors,
like a paraplegic, like playing the guy that's in the wheelchair with the hang glider. You know, like I don't know if that kid is paralyzed.
He is not.
Okay. But like getting a part for someone who's has to be in a wheelchair, you know, that's not easy either. So like, yeah.
Yep. That was like the first thing that I looked at, and from what I can tell, he is not a wheelchair user.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I mean, feel free to correct me if somebody knows something that I don't. But yeah, I am concerned. They've done a good job about casting people of various ethnicities for the most part.
Yeah, they've done well with that.
They've done well with that, but
I think the one thing I've said about, like, I remember talking about when I was like doing reviews on the episodes was I don't know why they felt the need to not let anyone have an accent. Like everyone has an English accent, like an American English accent. Like no one has an Asian accent at all.
Yeah. I'm really okay with that, to be honest.
I mean, I'm okay with that too. Like, I'm not saying like I want stereotypical Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Thai, whatever, accents, but like just everyone has like American English accent.
Yeah, think of the Wheel of Time. Everyone's fucking British.
I agree. At least have
written by an American.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, just have people like at least have people that are from varying countries have different accents. Like they're from different places around the planet. Like have them at least sound vaguely different.
Yeah, I could see that being slightly annoying. I don't mind it though. It's like, does anyone have different accents in this cartoon version?
Yeah, definitely. Like listen to Sokka and then listen to Iroh. Iroh has like a stereotypical like old, like he sounds like Mako, like the actor that plays him. Like he's just his voice, which is an old Asian man. Like he sounds like an old Asian.
But I mean, Zuko doesn't have Iroh's accent.
No. The main characters don't.
So they're just letting the actors have whatever accents they have, I'm guessing.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And I don't know enough about all of the live action actors to say whether they do or not.
Yeah.
Arosa, that is exactly how I feel about a lot of shows. It's why I didn't like Breaking Bad. Like I was like, I don't care about the show at all. Like I want them to fail. Like I just never really watched it. I love that they offer him just like nonsense and he takes it because it's something he didn't know. Like, oh, this infinitely old spirit that probably can destroy all of us. Here's a knot. Look at this dance I made up. I always like how they kind of mess with Toph too, how they make her like unkempt sometimes. Like, so she's sitting there and she's like itching her head like Appa, like she's got fleas or something.
I love how much care and thought they put into it. Like how she feels comfortable on the ground on solid dirt, but the sand is too changing.
Because it's like she's losing her sight again.
Yeah.
Because she's so used to being on solid ground all the time. I wonder what she would be like on a boat. I don't think we ever see her on water, do we?
I wonder if it's like, because the bigger the boat, the like, from my understanding, the less the seasickness. So I wonder if
the bigger
it
is, the less you feel the rocking. 100%.
Yeah, if it's a bigger boat, she'd be like, this is wood that I'm standing on. Like I can still sense the rooms and everything. I would be interested to see.
Yeah. Like what she would like, what outside of the boat would, look like to her.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be really interesting.
I know they go into the lake at some point. They go into a lake, but they're still very much on the ground in that point too. Yeah, that was funny.
Hello, little weird fox guy. Hello to you too.
Yeah, the actor that plays Sokka in the live action does have a lot of that fun, like Sokka-ness to him, though, where he makes up names for things.
I've never seen casting so perfect as that, in my opinion. I mean, tell me I'm wrong, but I thought it was brilliant. Live action.
I like him and Katara a lot. I like the guy the kid that's playing Aang. I just think he got bad direction. There's some times where like I can really see it, and then just a lot of times, especially when he's giving like exposition, I'm like,
yeah,
feels like he's narrating Aang to me.
Oh yeah, I feel like that way with Zuko. And I think it comes back to your like, what's his motivation here? His motivation is a little weaker, I think.
Yeah. The one thing I think I like that they did with Zuko in the show, in the live action show, is how they kind of made it. the way he like fanboys about the Avatar, like he's got like a bunch of action figures of the Avatar in his room, and he's got like posters everywhere. Like it looks like how a kid would have like a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Like he kind of fanboyed about, and like even like he has an entire journal about the Avatar. Like I like that little addition.
So why are they? Remind me, why are we in this library? What are we look? Is this the comet?
Yes, they're looking for information on the Fire Nation, the comet, it was mostly about the Fire Nation so that they can get like information about war, which is why they're trying to be secretive from Wan Shi Tung? Yeah, Wan Shi Tung. The owl.
Yeah.
But then they found this thing and they're like, oh, and now they're like, oh yeah, right, the comet. We should probably look into that. Of course, Sokka has meat in his pocket.
So do I.
Yeah.
No comment.
Uh-oh.
Insert obvious joke here.
Yep. Insert it.
Giggity. Mortals are such terrible liars. Who does his voice? He sounds very familiar.
I can't hear him. What's his? Should we Google him?
I have the volume on like very, very, very low. And I could just barely hear, but I could hear it in my head because I watched this episode like 100 times.
I feel like next time I'm on, I'm going to have to pregame and watch the episode before.
Oh, it is. It's Hector Alonso.
Oh.
I'll get a picture of him in a second. You've seen him and stuff. Like he's an actor that's been in a bunch of stuff. He's never been like a leading role, but he's been like a side character in a ton of stuff.
Ooh.
I like him as an actor too. He's a good actor.
This would terrify me. I hate birds anyway. Like birds scare me in general.
They're scary.
We may have beef now.
That's him.
Oh no. Oh no.
He played a character.
Yeah.
Hector Elizondo, I think.
Yeah. He was in The West Wing. He played he had one bit role in it in The West Wing. He also was in Beverly Hills Cop 2, I think. Again, why do I remember that?
The Princess Diaries?
Yes, he was in Princess Diaries.
I think I was about 5 when I watched Alfred Hitchcock, The Birds, and I really think that scarred me. Like I grew up with my grandparents and they were super into Alfred Hitchcock, and so I saw a lot of those movies very, very young, but I always, anytime I go to the zoo and like we walk through the bird enclosure, I just am very jumpy, and I'm not in general a jumpy person, but birds just kind of freak me out.
Birds have that effect on some people. I don't know. I've always loved birds and I have a heart for them. But you guys
can fight it out at JordanCon because Crystal's coming to JordanCon too.
Ooh.
I'm excited. I'm very overwhelmed. I feel like I'm gonna want to do all the things, and there's not gonna be time to do all of the things.
She's never came before.
I've never been before, so.
Correct.
I like how they kind of made him look like a dinosaur now that he's in like his battle form. I don't know what you want to call it. Fucking Momo. I love Momo so much.
Uh-oh. What is it? Appa. Who is it?
It's the sand people.
I love how they propel their vehicles.
Yeah. I love how we're getting the different flavors of like water benders. Like we had the swamp water benders, and now we have these sand earth benders. Like I love that.
The freaking swamp people are the best.
They're hilarious.
I love them so much.
Yeah. And they do come back. Small spoiler. They do come back. And it's still hilarious when they come back. And epic, also. Pretty epic. I wonder how many times that they had to go through this. Well, I guess not that much, because it's only a couple of months from then, right? When comet's coming.
Oh my gosh, the eclipse! It's April 8th. Guys, they figured it out.
It's my birthday.
Are you're in like a 60% zone for that, right? Uh-oh. Frozen again.
Oh no. Frozen and blurry. What are they doing to Appa?
They're doing bad stuff to Appa.
No. That's why I couldn't watch John Wick. I made my husband watch all the others before I would watch them because if there was another dog death, like I was done.
Back.
Yay.
Yeah, John Wick. That first part of John Wick needs a trigger warning. Every other film after that, I'm like, yes, destroy all these people who had anything even remotely to do with the.
I skip over the first 20 minutes of John Wick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also skip over the first 20 minutes of Up.
Oh my God, yes.
I don't think I'll ever watch Up again. I think I'm satisfied having seen it once.
Yeah. It gets me in my feelings.
Yeah. All Pixar movies. I'm like, I've seen it. And now I can forget that I've ever seen it. And go watch 30 Rock for the 90th time.
Wally was another one that got me. My kids were watching that the other day, and I was like, oh, man. Also, I covet this library.
We'll be crying on April 8th together, so don't worry.
We can cry during the eclipse.
Yes.
Together. I'm in like an 80% zone. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I think we're 70%. We were going to go somewhere to see the totality, but it was just too expensive.
Oh, but it's so worth it. I happened to live in Knoxville during the last one, and it was so cool to watch the whole world get dark.
Is my camera frozen for you guys?
No.
No, you're moving.
Now, but like knowing that we're gonna cry, maybe I shouldn't watch it. Maybe I'll watch it for the first time
again. Then,
yeah.
Depends how hard do you want to cry on camera?
I wanna raw dog it. Let's go.
Okay, let's do it.
I'll watch everything leading up to it.
The root of my anxiety is in the unknown. This is not like everything that makes me anxious is the unknown.
It is really that heart-wrenching though. It's not going to be like we're building it up and it's not going to be bad. It's bad. It's
like I'm already going to worry about Appa for the next 7 days from now until.
I will tell you that you will get an answer to Appa relatively soon. Okay.
Next week, because we're only watching one next week. Right?
Let me pull up my schedule because I have a spreadsheet where I keep my schedule written. I just want to say schedule again.
Schedule.
Fun work.
I want to look at the episodes. So next week we're doing one episode because the following episodes I feel like need to be done together. But speaking of next week, this is the perfect opportunity for me to plug for next week's episode. We're going to have our friend and author Christina Gruhl on. She was on with us when we did our recap episode when we got booted off.
Nice.
And she's like, come back for another episode. So there she is. She's going to be with us next week. And I just like that picture of Sokka.
Ooh.
You'll understand.
Sorry, I'm way behind on. I'm behind on the eclipse, but we'll be in like 90%.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm jealous. So you will get a wow. No, it's going to be a couple weeks. It's going to be a couple weeks before you get like a full Appa, like before the climax of this instance happens.
Okay.
Yep. But a lot happens in between that is both fun and heart-wrenching. So, and many reasons and directions. So yes, so next week we're going to be doing one episode. It's the desert with Christina, and then we have 3 more weeks of episodes for April. The April 22nd episode of like our Monday show. We're not going to do Avatar. And we may not do a show. We'll announce it because that's the weekend. That's the Monday right after JordanCon. So I usually don't sleep that entire weekend.
Yeah, it's Monday's hangover day.
Yeah. I'll be I think I fly in like Monday, like early afternoon. So it's even gonna be
I get home at like 4 p.m. Monday, I think.
Yeah.
So
if we come on, it might be like a hangover episode of Come and let's like talk about Jordan Con, and I'll like post pictures from Jordan Con. One of the other things I did want to talk about though for Jordan Con before we plug Ris's stuff again and say goodnight to everybody is we're going to be doing I don't know what you would call, I guess a photo scavenger hunt bingo at Jordan Con. Dragon Mount is going to be doing it. We're going to have like, basically you'll get a bingo card. It's actually going to be printed on the back of the Jordan Con book, like the little, what do you call it that they give you when you first go to the con? The little book.
The little
program.
The program. That's it. Haha. I knew there was a word that I forgot. Yeah. So the program that everyone is going to get at the Jordan Con door, Dragon Mount always gets like a big page ad in it. And we were talking about what we should do for the ad this time. And we were like, we were already talking about doing a game. So I was like, this is the perfect, like everyone will have the game. It's right there on the back of the Jordan Con programming.
I just lost the game.
And so did we. We all lost the game. But we're going to have a Jordan Con Dragon Mount photo scavenger hunt. All of the information. Sadly, you'll have to be at Jordan Con to play. So if you're not at Jordan Con, sorry about that. But we'll have other opportunities. I've done a lot of giveaways for books and stuff, and Tor is sending us a gigantic box of goodies. For sure, I know there's going to be many Origins books in it and like different versions of the Origins books because I know they printed a lot of different versions, and a bunch of Stormlight 1 through 4 books. So for the first 5 people that get a bingo are going to get like a big prize, like multiple books. And then we're going to give multiple other prizes out to other people that get bingos after that. So basically, it'll be like, take a picture with an Aes Sedai or find a Dragon Mount staffer and ask them for a trivia question. And then post it on social media with the hashtag, whatever the hashtag is. It'll be on, everything will be there that day, I promise. And whoever gets a bingo first gets fabulous prizes from Tor and Dragon Mount. So yeah, that's going to be fun. What else? We're going to do the book club thing with New Spring. So if you want to,
should we decide on a day on that?
Or watch for a post, we may go live depending on how the internet is. If you aren't in JordanCon and you would like to partake of some of the frivolity that we have, you can come to the live if we're able to do it. It just depends on what kind of internet connection we can get at the con. And make sure to check out Ris on fabulous, wonderful panels I'm sure they are going to be on.
Probably. I mean, they'll be wonderful because I'm not going to.
No, they are. So you should have finished that. It's absolutely true. I'm posting a link to your website in all the chats, so make sure there's all of their social medias and art. If you like any of their art, I pulled up a couple of pictures before. There's a ton more over on the places where they post things like Instagram and stuff like that. So go and check that out. Give her a follow. And is there, other than JordanCon, are you doing anything like where people can go and see you do things? I know you also do some stage acting and things like that. So are you doing anything else in the near future?
Nothing on stage that I'm planning. But there's some TV stuff coming out in the near future. I can't talk about yet.
Okay.
I'll let you know when it's live.
Yeah. We understand NDAs.
Yeah, and then I'll be at Multiverse Con in October.
I'll be there too.
Really?
Yes. I'll be attending as a guest and as staff, so it should be fun.
Oh heck yeah! I will be a guest and artist.
Yay! That's
exciting.
Fun. See, you're desirable, not just from me and our friends here, by many nerd conventions all around Atlanta, apparently.
Basically, can't do shit in my backyard, but it's fine.
Drive halfway across the country to go to nerd cons. Yeah, that's sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
I think Jordan, and for anyone else that isn't able to make it to JordanCon, I think that they're going to be doing virtual stuff. I haven't seen an announcement in years past. They have. So just go and check out JordanCon Inc. They are on all of the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever it is now, and Instagram and all that stuff. So I'm bad at actually promoting myself and anything really, because remembering to do that is hard, apparently. But yeah, so I have most of the links for all that stuff down in the description on YouTube, so go and check that out. And I think that's it. Yeah. So say goodnight, Crystal.
Good night, Crystal.
Yeah.